Have you determined? Do you see? And are you moving towards your true North Star? Hello, champs. This is your coach, cheerleader, and international sales leadership mentor, Rachelle Grace San Pedro, continuing on our navigating leadership, all about our North Star. Now, you might have heard of this concept of the North Star, but allow me to share with you how important it is in our charting of our journey. Tom Waits, an American singer, very romantically and profoundly sings, "You're my North Star when I'm lost and feeling blue." North Star is used in the navigation because anytime someone feels lost, they don't know where they're going, their direction is in question, what you are told to do is to look for the North Star, because the North Star will set you back home in the right direction. So how is it that we can find and move towards our North Star? First and foremost, it goes back to what we discussed on our values. Identify your moral inner compass. What are your key non-negotiable values? Because it's those values that will be the guide to your leadership. Otherwise, you are going to drift, of course. For example, my main values are excellence, joy, heart-centered leadership. So with that in mind, because I am in a mindset of service and excellence, anytime that I have a new project, a new client or mentee, something that I will co-create, that I am invited to workshops and speaking engagement, I will always think, is this aligned towards my mission of serving with excellence? Is this a platform, an opportunity for me to serve joy, to spread the message of heart-centered leadership? If it is, then it matches my moral inner compass, and then I would say yes. If it's not aligned, I would think, is this going to somehow help me in my journey, or is it going to distract me or lead me off course? And that's the time to say no. Knowing what your values are, what is it that is so important to you that you prioritize, will lead you towards the right decisions of when to say yes and when to say no. Next, as I said, it's okay that we face storms and rough seas, because there will really be a part of life when we wander off the path. And then when we are lost, we think, okay, this is a situation I can do nothing about. But that is not true. It's still your mindset which will say whether you win or you lose. Some leaders, unfortunately, because of the dog-eat-dog world in corporate, in business, they get into thinking that power and profit are most important. That's why I remind of our success formula to master relationships and to deliver on results. Knowing what truly matters will help us to stay in our right direction. Check in with yourself. Are you listening to fears and insecurities, or are you still in the direction that is aligned with your values? Know your whole self. Own it. All of who you are. It's not just about your energy, your achievements, what are the things that you've accomplished so far, and what people know you for. But being able to embrace our blind spot and weaknesses through openness, through seeking feedback, through continuously growing, will allow us to navigate ourselves better. I keep talking about SWOT: strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. This is used by a company in which the strengths and weaknesses are internal, opportunities and threats are external, that you look at what are these factors that can spell your success or your disadvantage. Do the same with yourself. Know what is it that you're good at. Know what other untapped potential and opportunities there are. What are the things that you need to be more prepared about? How can you learn and how can you better yourself? Stay grounded by acting on character. Character is the heart of every valid leadership navigation system. To lack character means that you're not able to lead. And to lead without character is so dangerous. Why? People don't just look for a leader with good strategy or those who know how to talk eloquently. What is more important is living up to the trust that people have. When you know who you are, again, you completely embrace in vulnerability the good and the not so good parts of you, then you're able to act in integrity. And when you know who you are, people can then trust you. Like, know, like, and trust is still the formula for people to work with you successfully. And it's not just about leading, but knowing how to follow excellently as well. We get into the trap of thinking that when you are a leader, you are constantly fixing, supporting, and coaching. It's all about do to the point of being so reactive. But there are times that also calls for a leader to step back. I cannot put an emphasis on the value of listening, understanding, and learning. Sometimes the best thing to do is just to pause. See where things are, let things unfold, listen to not just what is being said, but also what is the undercurrent. Because it's so hard for people to follow you and to listen to you and to try to understand you when you yourself are not following, listening, and understanding. As a follower and a leader, be strong and kind, bold and proud. That is my encouragement. Also, leading is not coming from upwards, but leading comes from within. When we learn to navigate ourselves, that's when we find our own North Star to help us, guide us, support us, and teach us into stepping into the full essence of our greatness as a leader. Historian Edward Gibbon says, the wind and the waves are always on the side of the ablest navigator. You become the ablest navigator by experience. The more that you try to tread through rough seas, the more that you can be stable and enjoy when the sun, the skies are cooperating, the more experience you have, and therefore nothing is going to face you. You can skillfully, efficiently, and ably navigate. Thank you for listening in, and we invite you to a workshop on how to apply the love languages at work, which will talk all about the 5 love languages by Gary Chapman, applied not just in personal but in business. Look for the sign up link, and we will be having this on the 25th of September. See you there.